A woman started waking up at exactly 3:17 in the morning. The first night, something tall stood by her mailbox. The next, it had moved closer. By the third night, it was at her door. Welcome back to Liminal Chapters. Today's story is inspired by a post from r/Thetruthishere. Names and identifying details have been changed. The lens kept the driveway empty. The microphone did not. I've gone back and forth on posting this, but I've been lurking here for a while, and some of you might actually understand what I'm dealing with. I live in a small town tucked into a rural valley. Not a lot here, just a few streets, a gas station, and too much quiet at night. My house sits at the end of a dead-end road, near a patch of woods that runs for miles. No streetlights pass my driveway. This started in late January. The first time I noticed anything weird, I woke up randomly and checked my phone. Sometimes the vibration wakes me up if I get a text. There weren't any texts. The time was 3:17. I heard something outside, like gravel shifting. At first, I figured it was a deer, or maybe someone turning around in the cul-de-sac, even though nobody really comes down here that late. I looked out my bedroom window and saw someone standing near my mailbox. At least, I thought it was someone. It was tall, taller than any person I've seen around here, and it wasn't moving. Just standing there, facing my house. No phone light, no car, not even a bike. I watched it for maybe 10 seconds before I got this awful feeling, like I shouldn't be looking at it. I closed the curtain and told myself I was half asleep and that maybe my brain was playing tricks on me. It wouldn't have been the first time. Next morning, I checked outside. No footprints, which is weird because we'd had a light layer of snow the night before. My mailbox was slightly open though. I don't remember leaving it like that. I tried to forget about it, played it off as my mind messing with me. Then it happened again. Same time, 3:17 a.m. This time, I woke up already feeling like something was wrong. I didn't even hear anything at first. I just knew. I checked my phone and, 3:17. I forced myself to look out the window. It was closer. It wasn't at the mailbox this time. It was halfway up my driveway. Same tall, not moving right way. I can't explain it better than that. Its shape looked off, like the proportions weren't human. Too thin, maybe, or too straight. I remember whispering, "What the hell?" out loud, and right after that, it tilted its head. Not like a normal head tilt. It was slow and too far to one side. I stepped back from the window and didn't look again that night. After that, I started checking every night around that time. Most nights, nothing happened. I started convincing myself it was stress. Just my brain messing with me. Then, a few nights later, I woke up to something tapping on glass. I thought it was my window at first, since I have trees near the house and branches sometimes scrape the glass when the wind blows. But this wasn't my window. It was coming from downstairs, the living room. I grabbed my phone and checked the time. 3:17 again. I don't know why I went downstairs. I should not have gone downstairs. But I did. Gut feeling and all that. The tapping stopped as soon as I hit the last step. The house was completely quiet. I stood there for a minute, just listening. Then I looked toward the front door. There's a small window at the top of it, and something was blocking it from the outside, like something was standing right up against the glass. I walked closer, slowly, and right when I got about 5 feet away, it moved. Not away from the door, it slid sideways past the glass. I only saw part of it, but it looked way too tall to fit in the frame properly, like I was only seeing a section of something bigger. I didn't open the door. No way. That's like being in a horror movie and letting the killer in. I locked myself in my bedroom until morning. Here's the part that really messed me up. A few days later, I set up an old security camera I had in my garage and pointed it at the driveway. Nothing fancy, just motion detection. The next morning, I checked the footage. At 3:17 a.m., it triggered. But there was nothing there. No person, no animal, nothing. Just the empty driveway. Except for one thing. The audio picked up something. It sounded like footsteps on gravel, slow and heavy, coming toward the camera, then stopping right in front of it. And then there's this noise. I don't even know how to describe it. It almost sounds like breathing, but not quite human. Too steady, too hollow. After that, the video cuts out for about 4 seconds before coming back like normal. I haven't seen it since that night. No more tapping. No more waking up at 3:17. But I still wake up around that time sometimes. Just automatically now. And every time I do, I have this feeling that if I look outside again, it'll be even closer than before. I don't know what that thing was, but I'm starting to think it noticed me noticing it. The verdict. I don't know what she saw. Maybe sleep paralysis stretched across a few weeks. Maybe her own mind keeping the same time on a loop. But the part that gets me isn't the figure on the driveway. It's the camera. The footage that should have captured something and didn't. The audio that should have stayed quiet and didn't. That gap between what the lens saw and what the microphone heard is the part I cannot quite walk away from. Tell me in the comments, have you ever woken up at the same time night after night, knowing something was wrong before you even opened your eyes? Or do you think the camera footage explains it more than she's willing to admit? I want to hear from you on this one. Thanks for listening. Subscribe for a new story every day.